Hey, what's up, boys? Welcome back to Wide World of Reselling. By the title of the show tonight, it's going to be the last Wide World of Reselling. So it'll be the last time you have to see our ugly mugs on this channel. But there might be some announcements later on, but we'll leave that to the back end of the show. We're going to have a little bit of fun tonight. We've got a bunch of guests coming on. Some of the, I guess, semi-regulars on the show that have been in and out of Wide World of Reselling for quite a while. Welcome back, boys. Brad and Wayno, what's been happening, lads? Welcome back to Wide World of Reselling.
Thank you, mate. It's good to be back for the last time. Last time we hear that song. It's a bit sad. It's a sad
sad day. It's a sad day.
It is what it is. It is what it is. It's had to happen. Had to happen eventually. So all good things come to an end.
We'll get into a little bit of the detail, I guess, through the episode of why Wide World of Reselling is going to be no more, and what the future holds for the group of us. And together, separately, we're not really sure, but we're gonna have a good night tonight. Remember some of the memories, I guess, some of our favorite moments, and enjoy the show. Really, Wayno, what's happening, mate? Good to see you. It's been probably a good 6, 7, maybe even 8 weeks since we've been live together. So it's good to see you, boys. How you been, Wayno?
I think it was in November, maybe. So it's probably longer.
Probably 12 weeks.
Yeah. I've been up and down like a bloody roller coaster the last few months. So everything's been pretty weird. My eBay store has gone to shit. But I think they're a little bit shitty with me, eBay, because they rang me last week and wanted to give me some advice on how to help my store and stuff. And I just ignored it. And my sales have tanked big time since then. But they just picked up. I've actually picked up this weekend a little bit. So, but yeah, I mean, I've been really sporadic with my listings and shit like that as well. So, I just had a lot going on the last few months. I got a new machine, new mask, just trying to get that right. Can't get it right, and stuffed me back as well. So just my Christmas break was fairly extended. Didn't do a lot of listings for a long time there. So. But yeah, back on the wagon now. So hopefully it is starting to pick up now. So that's good.
Yeah, beauty. Old eBay punishing you for not taking their advice by the sounds of it. We've got a few in the chat. We've got Jazz here to look after us. We've got Chris, who might be popping in later on, I think. About 20 minutes in, he might grace us with his presence. We've got Rob in the house. We've got Paul. Good to see you, VMV mode. Aussie Tip Rat, the Moose Rodney, Disney Thrifter of Oz, Lozzie. Tommy Bernhard has graced us with his presence. It's nice and early over there in America, so thank you very much. We've got Manda, books along with Stuff, and Thrifty Pixies jumping in the chat as well. So good to see a few people have jumped along. I know it's been a long time between drinks, so we didn't expect too many people to rock up tonight. We have been sort of putting off getting back into Wide World of Reselling for a few reasons. We knew that it was sort of coming towards an end. Obviously, myself, I'm pretty hand tight at the moment with quite a few projects on the run, and I know Brad's been enjoying his Sunday nights with his boy, because he usually goes down at this sort of end of the night. So that's probably part of the reason why World of Reselling's ending, and just feels like it's coming to a natural end. So Brad, I don't know if you want to go into any more of your detail about sort of what your plans are going forward, or sort of why in particular Wide World of Reselling is ending up for you.
Yeah, look, the Sunday night's a tough one because you're setting up for the week. It's you finish your weekend. I've spent a bit of family time for a couple of days, hanging out with the little one. Around this time, as he's got a bit older, it's sort of book time now, and I like sharing those moments with him, obviously. And yeah, I know it's only one night a week, but it's that night where you set him up, take him to daycare the next day. So, and then a lot of the time, like tonight, I've had a few frothies the night before, and I'm feeling a bit munted. So quite often, I think more times than not, I've rolled up to Wide World of Reselling with my eyes hanging out my head, feeling like absolute dog shit. So I absolutely love doing this. I love the streaming aspect of things. I haven't done a live stream on my own channel for over a year now. I was doing some fairly regular ones there, and I do enjoy the community, the conversations. everything you get from that. Some of my favourite moments from doing Wide World of Reselling is actually after we've done the stream, because we're still there 2 hours later dribbling shit. I've made fantastic friendships with you boys. We've all become super close. We're talking every day. Same with the ones that have left. Even Robbie, he hasn't been making videos for a long time. We still talk to him every day. So I'm gonna miss that. I'm definitely going to miss all that sort of stuff. But for me now, it's even making my own personal content for my channel. I'm struggling to get the time to do that, because it's not all about money for me. Reselling for me, going full time was partially a lifestyle thing too. I get a lot more time with the family, which I don't want to prioritize social media over the family. So it sort of cuts into that when I still need to make a video, or don't need to make a video, but I want to make a video each week at least once. So, bringing that in now, I have someone that is actually helping me with the business and listing for me and stuff. That's kept me on my toes too, because she came in week 1 and was listing just as quick as I was, and I've been doing it for how many years. So I had to up my skills a bit. So I've got to make sure I'm, going a bit harder in that aspect too. So, I want to continue to grow my business. She's been with me probably 2 months, 3 months now, and absolutely smashing it. And I've just, it's sort of, as you said, it's come to a natural end, and I'm going to miss it, but I'm not going to miss some of the nights when, I'm feeling a bit cooked, Sometimes it can be a bit chaotic sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we tried to get Robbie on tonight, obviously one of the OGs, and we also spoke to Drew. Drew's got a lot of projects on his plate as well. So I think it's just we're all in different headspaces at the moment. Obviously, me and Jazz are trying to build out the van. We're up there until about 9 o'clock last night doing some of that. So it's just a pretty hectic time period for us. And we didn't want to keep putting it off because I think we all wanted it to keep going, but it's just time-wise at the moment, it's probably not going to be suitable. We have a few people in the chat saying they love the lives and they're going to miss them, and I think we all are as well. But there's going to be a silver lining that I think Wayno will probably talk around towards the back end of the show. So something that he's got planned. We do have a couple guests joining us tonight, so I think we've actually got one of them hanging in the background here. Now, this guest has been on Wide World of Reselling once, and we were the first people to bring him to YouTube. So I'm not sure if he's ready to go. I think he's ready to go there in the background. But he has been known to let's say make some waves is probably the best way to put it. The old disgruntled Octopus is back again, and I do notice in the corner there that he has destroyed Wide World of Reselling ticked. So his world takeover has commenced. G'day, disgruntled Octopus. Thanks for joining us once again.
Thank you for having me back. I just had some technical issues. My AirPods got out, so I can't win.
You've got us now though. You can hear us.
I'm all good now. So obviously I'm back to my world domination aspirations.
There we go.
They don't make AirPods. That's what Octopus is.
No, not like they do. Yeah, I'm
outsourcing to China again. Wouldn't they?
Bullshit. What's
water
that?
Plugs. They need to be water plugs.
Yeah, they're probably waterlogged. That's the problem.
Do you even have ears?
What do you think this is?
I can't tell what's going on there. You got some eyebrows coming down and some eyes hanging off the side of the face.
Now we're cooking.
Everyone's good to see that the Octopus is in the house. I have heard some rumors, Octopus, that you might be doing some YouTube shorts going on later this year. Is that something we can expect now that Wide World of Reselling Domination has been completed?
That's correct. So basically what I've done is I've made a deal with Australia Post, so I'm allowed to film in there and behind the scenes in their warehousing space. So you'll see me with a high-vis vest on harassing them in the back end. So we'll start the shorts and gun up from there.
I'm not sure that an octopus will fit in their doors, but I'll be pretty keen to see that. Other than world domination, what's been happening for you, mate? It's good to see you here. We appreciate you coming back and gracing us with your presence.
Well, the amount of begging that you did, mate, I had to come back.
look, I had to send the tip and get a few door knocks happening. But look, you've graced us once again. So what else has been happening? Have you commenced the full-time world domination at this point, or
I have indeed. And like I was saying a bit earlier, I had a bit of a shit week. I had a negative because a bottle of Uncle Wayno's sweet and spicy seduction sauce broke in the mail, and someone wasn't too happy about that. So no lube for them.
That's not good. Old Uncle Wayno's seduction sauce, I have heard, is pretty potent. So
that's right. It's the beard. It must be made from the beard. Magnificent beard.
It does go well with the beard.
It's pretty scruffy.
Pretty scruffy. And yeah, I guess for us, now that you've taken over Wide World of Reselling and sent us back scrambling, what's the next plan on the destruction list? Is there anyone else that you're trying to take down, or you're moving on to in the destruction of reselling?
I do have a few new enemies because my mate Vlad didn't invite me to the birthday party, so I'm a bit pissed in regards to that. So
Mr.
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
Yes,
He'd be a bit busy on the border, wouldn't he, at the moment with his takeover plans?
I'm sure it got lost in the mail, mate. You know how Australia Post is.
Must be. Well, I have organised a few other guests tonight, and I'm sure that they're going to pop in at some point. We do appreciate you joining us for this short time. I know that there's a lot going on in the Octo lair, and we appreciate your contribution to Wide World of Reselling, and I'm sure we'll see you around the traps at some point. Hopefully not the sea traps, but we will see you somewhere on maybe a different channel in a different space. But
yes,
keen to see those shorts. And for those that haven't found you, you are on Instagram at the moment as well, which people can check out some of the content over there, or some good octopuses.
Well, that's right. So obviously this frees up my Sunday night now, so I can do my other thing, the red light display. So gives me some extra time.
Bit of red light district, bit of octopus only fans.
I was about to say, mate, reselling doesn't pay the bills.
You need to have all these side things happening. So thank you very much. You do have 8 hands, so you should have plenty of opportunities to keep things moving, plenty of side hustles. But thanks for joining us. We do appreciate it. We may see you later in the show. We're never sure what's going to happen with the octopus. He does jump in and out.
Very erratic.
I thought you were going to say erotic then, but erratic we'll go with that.
That's after 9 p.m, mate.
Oh, right.
Call back.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Octopus. Appreciate you dropping in, and we may see you again shortly.
All right, I'll see you later.
See you, man.
He's out of here. He's gone back to the sea. So it is good to have these sort of characters in the community, isn't it? All these people that we don't get to see often, but Uncle Wayno did the digging and brought him up from the depths of the ocean and got him involved in Wide World of Reselling initially. So thank you, Uncle Wayno. I'm not sure if he's broken his speaker there or.
Yeah, just sorting something out. Yeah, no, it's been really good to get him out of the ocean for a little bit. He's a pisser of a bloke. He's a really good bloke, actually. I talk to him a fair bit through messages or whatever. So yeah, it's good to see him out there.
Absolutely, and I think that's something that Wide World of Reselling has done over the years is bring a lot of different people in and different community members, and done a lot of fundraising events as well. Probably one of my favorites back in the day was the 80s theme that we did just before Wayno joined us. But my favorite part of that was probably when Robbie got bit on the ass by his own dog. So I don't know if you guys can remember that, but there was some fun stuff going on there, and raised a bit of money as well, which was nice. There's been lots of episodes of Wide World of Reselling. Can you think of anything in particular, Brad, that springs to your mind? I've got one of you when we were at Christmas, and someone may have broken their son's shell pool by accident.
Yeah. Made a bit of a dick of myself that night, didn't I? But that's a pretty regular occurrence for me, I guess. So, yeah, no, I did take a good stack in that shell pool. That was a part of what did I do? That was a challenge.
I think it was Christmas, that one.
Yeah, so I promised if we got Frankie X amount of subs that I would get in the freezing cold border. I think that's what that was for. So Yeah, no, there's been some good ones. Definitely that 80s night was a pure highlight, and Robbie with his aerobics. But for me, was definitely the baby hair. The baby hair moment was an absolute rip snorter for me. And it's not even just the baby hair moment. It was just the afterpath because I could not stop. I could not stop laughing. I had to turn my camera off. I was looking at Robbie. Robbie was in absolute tears. I really struggled on that night, just trying to keep my cool. I think you, Brad, as you normally do, tried to steer the ship, but you couldn't steer it that well that night.
There was definitely too many icebergs.
It wasn't that funny. It was just somehow it just triggered on, and I could not stop fucking laughing that night. So I think that'd have to be a favourite of mine.
Yeah,
it was gold. I never even watched the show. I didn't know you guys back then, and I didn't even know people were doing reselling on YouTube back then. But I asked you guys in the chat, and Judder, you posted the little video for me. This was months ago, and yeah, I was going to say that as well. That was just absolutely hilarious to watch. Like, it was so funny.
Got a few memories in the chat here as well, which is also nice. So if the chat does have favourite memories from Wide World of Reselling, I do remember Drew cracking out a song for the 80s show as well. That was pretty solid, about Archie, I think it was at the time. It was probably one of my favourite moments, and probably one of my favourite moments most recently was Uncle Wayno joining the show as well. So a bit more of a sentimental moment, but it's been fun having you here, mate. Are we all doing a young talent time? All my loving sing along to the end of the show tonight. Do we find it odd we never see Jazz and Octopus in the same room? A bit of a conspiracy here. If Jazzy got to voice that deep, I'd be a little bit concerned, though. Something a little bit funny on there. My favourite part was the shell pull. That's definitely one of the highlights. And Robbie almost electrocuting himself in his own pull was also quite up there. He was doing a live from his pool with a full laptop, his headset, and multiple of cords. So probably not the smartest move, but he pulled it off. Disgruntled Octopus would make a heap of money doing. I was trying to keep the show rolling, but it wasn't going too well. I did enjoy Judder's shelf falling on his head.
Oh, the light. Yeah, I forgot about it. I ate the light.
And also, the ghost has made a few appearances along the way. So
the ghost on the shirt, yeah. That's funnily enough, the ghost hasn't been back since Robbie left the show. So.
There's a bit of exclusive for you.
The ghost was definitely over in WA there somewhere.
Yeah, and we all miss Robbie. Robbie was probably one of the biggest inspirations behind this show, and obviously a very busy man with his job, and had to decide that Wide World of Reselling had to take a side seat, and we were trying to get him on tonight, but he was a busy man, so we do miss Robbie. Obviously, great humour and a big part of what made Wide World of Reselling work, and the OG crew of myself, Brad, Drew, and Robbie. I enjoy those times. And a lot of things spurred from that. Old Robbie's, I can't even remember what he called it now, but his little cartoon that he made was quite funny as well that we had on the show. So, very good.
That was a beauty, wasn't it? He was, Robbie's always been good value and just a good friend to all of us too. He's done so much for the community. I mean, he no longer makes content, but his content's still there. So if you don't know the Aussie VHS Thrifter, go and have a look. He's absolute wealth of knowledge, but absolute fantastic human and a pisser. He's a prick. Me and him go at it all the time. I still talk to Robbie daily. He's definitely a prick to me, but he was a massive part of this community, and obviously us doing this stream, he was always just a bundle of joy. He was good fun to do it with.
I don't think don't think people realise how good Robbie is as a reseller.
Yeah.
Like he's part-time, he works a full-time job, a full-on full-time job. He has more listings up than I do. Like, he works his ass off when he gets home from work and on the weekends. He knows what he's talking about. Like, he knows his categories and stuff. He's killing it as a reseller. I think because he he doesn't really flaunt it, and he sort of just has a joke around here and there. So I think people don't sort of really realise how good he actually is at it.
Yeah, definitely. And just the quality of his presence on the show as well. Like, he was able to turn a serious conversation left of field really quickly. Same with Brad as well. Both used to bounce off each other, and as the man trying to steer the ship at times, it was quite difficult to get things on track. But that's what Wide World of Reselling was all about, all the fun, talking crap on Sundays and enjoying it. And that's something that Uncle Wayno's brought back to the show alongside Brad. I don't have the quick wit of these boys, so I just try and keep it on the straight and narrow. And these boys derail it, and we just see what happens. It's part of the fun of the show.
I don't know, mate. You don't have the quick wit, but every time the Octopus comes on, you've got something. You've got a banger lined up. Give yourself some credit. Give yourself some credit.
He brings the best out of me, old Octopus. But we do have another bloke hanging around in the background here. Now, this is another bloke that's been a regular, or semi-regular on Wide World of Reselling. Been a great support of not only myself, but the show and all you boys as well. So we will bring the next guest up to relive some of his favorite memories of Wide World of Reselling, and to actually tell us how the week's been. We've got Chris with us from CLF Furlong. What is up? Good to see you, mate.
What's going on? Yeah, I'm doing well. Just I'm actually just doing my listings in the background, actually.
Just multitasking, which is also a big thing of what you do. You're always got something on your plate. You messaged me yesterday, and you were driving back from God knows where. You actually sent me a voice message, and you said you're in a meeting, and I was like, hang on a second, we're not in the office anymore. You kind of gave me a bit of PTSD there, mate. So can you explain meetings to me before we go any further? Because I was struggling with it.
Yeah, no. So it wasn't probably bad terminology, old slang. It was just actually a catch up with someone. We were just planning and talking, and yeah. So it was a meeting, but it was actually just a catch up call with a friend.
That's beautiful, mate. It's good to see you, and thanks for joining us for the last Wide World of Reselling show. I do know that even before you were sort of really engaged in the reselling community, I do remember your name popping up in the Wide World of Reselling from even early days. I saw your name once or twice there when you were more into running stuff. So I don't know if you can remember any specific moment or any chat that you enjoyed more than anything, apart from obviously you coming on the show, which was a big highlight for us. But is there any standout moments that we haven't mentioned, or any funny moments that you can remember from Wide World of Reselling at all?
Every episode has its highlights, and there's always something funny. And I think I just love the banter most of all. But to be honest, I definitely wasn't here for the fun and cheek. As you said, I was probably lurking around a lot earlier before I kind of made myself known, and because I was kind of stalking to learn, how to do reselling, right? And the best way to learn is to listen to you guys sharing all the bolos or all the crap each week, that didn't work. So, giving me basically all the tricks of the trade. So, I just appreciate being able to hang out and learn from everyone else and meet more people in the community. And, I think you've probably, I wouldn't say you've 10x since you first started, but the community continues to grow and we get more and more faces. And I think that's been the big win for me, is just being able to connect and see how everyone's kind of, making their own from the reselling community.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's something that, Brad's always been about, and Uncle Wayno joining the crew has always been about the community and trying to get as many people involved as we can and sharing the love around. Speaking of sharing the love, I think Disgruntled Octopus might be back, and he's just messaged me and said he needs some airtime with Chris. So
This makes me nervous.
I'm gonna have to bring him on because I don't want to mess with the Octopus. I'm gonna have to bring him on. I'm sorry, Chris. I don't know what's gonna happen. Disgruntled, you're back, mate. What's going on?
You told me it was only going to be me tonight. What the hell's going on with this fella?
I had to call in reinforcements because I just didn't know what was going to happen. So
this is not acceptable.
I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry.
What I was saying to the boys earlier, I've noticed a change in the weather, so that shitty beanie's probably going to come back.
Yeah, it will be. Once autumn comes around and we start dropping below the 15s.
So I've actually done you a favour for once, and try to fix it up for you. So I employed the Octo Nan, and she's actually made you a beanie that I'll send to you. I can't juggle it.
Oh
There we go.
Oh gosh! All right, yeah, get it this way.
The strip shops around here are pretty good, actually. Like, I think you guys call them nursing homes, but but minions come from everywhere, so why not?
I don't
I'm
know.
going back to the sea now. I'll catch us later. I might pop on later.
Thanks, mate. Well, I appreciate that. Is there anything you want to say, Chris, before he heads back to the sea?
Mate, I'm honoured. I'm absolutely honoured. Like, I had no idea where this was going. It could have been a lot worse. So I'm a happy man.
All right, I'll send it to you tomorrow.
Thanks, boss.
Catch you, Mr. Octopus. Thank you for not taking down the stream preemptively, but we'll let you go for now. Thank you very much, mate.
I'm working on it.
Oh, beauty. How's that? That's definitely a
I think the octopus just had his two favourite things in the world on the one stream: Chris's beanie and my beard. That's all he ever talked about in the comments.
We're doing something right, mate. We're doing something right.
Absolute gold. We've got a few more people dropping in the chat. So thanks everyone for coming tonight. We know that it is a wrap up, and we do appreciate everyone coming. We don't have Robbie coming in tonight, unfortunately. He is out busy, but we do have Jazz's mum in the house.
I even re-messaged him like just before we came on, and tried to convince him to come on just for 5 minutes, but no go.
He's a busy man. We've got Sam in the house as well, getting a little bit worried about running into the octopus in the local thrifts. I mean, you'd probably be privileged to run into him in the thrift store. I reckon he's you wouldn't be able to miss him. Let's put it that way. If you ran into him in the thrift store, you'd definitely know it. So, it's good fun. Now, Chris, obviously, Wide World of Reselling is wrapping up, and we've enjoyed having people on live streams and getting to know a bit about everyone. So we haven't had you on for a little while. So maybe give us, the viewers, a bit of a running update of where you're at with your channel and what's coming up for you in the future. Obviously, you've just joined a new podcast. Well, you're the co-host of a new podcast. Yeah. Plenty on the plate. I don't know how you keep it all rolling, and we're in contact pretty regularly. But what let the chat know what's been happening in the world of Chris lately.
Jeepers, lots. So I've officially now been on a leave of absence from working full time for a year, and I've actually extended that for another entire year to make sure I can. I don't have to, but I figured it's something that I have the opportunity to do. So, pushing that out for another year to just continue to do all my things full time, which is the reselling, the Further Your Lifestyle podcast, and now the Start Now podcast, which I'm a co-host with, and also build out other different things that I'm doing as well, which. More on that to come on my own channel, which I'll release to everyone. But I mean, my YouTube, keeping that growing, just recently hit 1,200 subs, which is a big thank you for anyone that is part of that and over there. So it's starting to grow, and I've just really enjoyed really being able to, I guess, probably in the last month, really just soaking in, looking back of how far I've been able to come in a year. And I had some pretty ambitious goals, which, I didn't necessarily hit them all, but at the same time, if you don't set goals, you don't know where you're going to get to. So it's, sometimes good, because if I hadn't set the goal as high as I did, maybe I would have only hit half of it, even less. I mean, so, but it's just been great to be able to reflect on that. The people that I've met, having conversations like this. And I guess the big encouragement is like, if you put in the work, if you're willing to sacrifice, some of the time and put in some of those consistent habits, I like to think that me sharing my actions helps demonstrate what the possibilities is, and it also plays with the running and things like that. So there's a lot happening. Always trying to do. I mean, at the end of the day, my priority is my podcast. The reselling I have to do to make my money, but I love it. Obviously, it's a lot better than a normal 9 to 5. Working for yourself, and to be honest, if the podcast was able to generate more income. It's not generating any income at this point, then, I wouldn't have to do as much on the reselling world. I could just focus on, the big ticket items and stuff, but nothing beats a day getting out thrifting. So it's an addictive thing, but it's good stuff, right? And I think a big thank you to everyone for the last year as well.
What are you doing on Thursday, Chris?
Sorry?
What are you doing on Thursday?
Yeah, well, maybe we should be catching up, but actually think I have some recordings on Thursday. Anyway, I'll chat to you offline and we'll figure it out.
I'm coming down. So I'm coming down on Thursday. So clear the day out.
He messaged me. It must have been like, you know, at 9:30 or 9 o'clock. He's like, "Oh, dude, you want to go thrifting? I'm coming down." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going here and there." And he's like, "Oh, sweet, that's great." And I said, "I'm going before 12." He's like, "Ah, I won't be there till after like 12." So it's like we missed. But you know, but that's what I love, right? You know, just kind of be able to connect and you know, be able to catch up. And you know, I haven't obviously caught up with Judder, and we were able to do our big bash together, and we got to do the round 2 of that, and you know, for him to come down my side of the woods. But I think that's what's so great about it. You know, a year ago I was kind of just dabbling in the chat. Now here I am. So it's great to be able to see what you can achieve.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think my problem is I never plan it when I go, so I just sort of get up and go. So I also hit up Pete that day as well, and Pete was like, "Nah, I can't be fucked now. If you had told me earlier, I would've."
Yeah. So I'm planned ahead by 2 weeks. So it's yeah.
We're polar opposites when it comes to that sort of thing.
And yeah, I think that's a great thing about like having chats like this. Like we probably wouldn't have each found each other in other ways. So just having a platform like this, you can kind of have these discussions. And like, Brad came over and met up with us, and obviously when we're traveling, we definitely want to be catching up with all you guys as well. And Uncle Wayno, I just wanted to touch on here. So I'm not sure if you want to let the cat out of the bag, but essentially there's going to be some changes. Obviously, Wide World of Reselling isn't going ahead anymore. Obviously, me and Brad have other things going on, but Uncle Wayno, you've decided that you're going to potentially do something. So I thought I might bring it up while we've got Chris here, because potentially there's maybe a little bit of overlap there. So did you want to let everyone in on what you're planning in the future? Well, next week, isn't it, starting?
Yeah, I'll start next Sunday. I'm going to be doing my own live shows. I love this show. Like, I love it. And you guys are super busy, so it's totally understandable. I mean, Brad, you're building a van and you've started a second channel. You know, Judder, you've got Eli that you want to spend more time with. Totally understandable, but I didn't want it to end. So, and I was planning on starting to do live soon anyway. So starting next Sunday, I'm going to be doing a live show at the same time on my own channel, and we're going to have rotating guests, not guests, but rotating people. So Judder and Brad will be on. Kara will be one of them. The Octopus will be one of them. I haven't asked Chris yet, but I'm gonna ask Chris if he wants.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, sweet. I even I told Robbie in the messages before he has to come on one episode. So it should be fun. It's going to be different. It won't be Wide World of Reselling, but it will be pretty similar anyway. But I mean, I'm not as organised as you, Brad, so it's probably going to be a shit show.
I don't really feel like I've been organised much at all this year, to be honest. I am looking forward to taking a back seat and not having to drive too much of it. And I will be coming over to join the channel. I know Brad will be at some point as well, trying to get in at least once a month, because we obviously want to support Wayno and we love what he does. And it's been an absolute blast having him on here. So we thought it was a good time to transition it over there, and he deserves a lot more subs than he has. So if we can push all you guys over to Uncle Wayno's channel, I'm sure Jazzy will drop a link in the chat. There should be links in the description as well. So Sunday nights is not going to be blank. There's going to be a place for you guys to go hang out on a Sunday. You can head over to Uncle Wayno's, get a feel of the beard, and you never know who's going to show up. Obviously, mentioned Kara, a great friend of ours, is going to be on there pretty regularly, and that's going to be a nice chat with her. She's very knowledgeable, so I'm sure she'll teach you guys a few things, and probably keep Uncle Wayno in line, because you just don't know what you're going to get with Kara. You get some interesting and fun discussions. So that's probably the big reveal of the night. Is Uncle Wayno is going to be running the Sunday show over in his channel. So make sure you head over there, enjoy Wide World of Wayno. I think it should just be called Wayno's World. That's what it should be, really. I mean, it's
someone said Rob said that before.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, I really wanted to get Kara involved because I wanted to get not necessarily a women's perspective, but she sells all women's clothes, and like we all sell sort of similar stuff. It's sort of just makes it a bit more broader. People that sell that sort of stuff can come and watch, get her opinions on stuff. Like I love Kara's content. I love Charlie's content. There's a few other that just sell women's clothes, but it's not about what they sell. It's about how they go about it, how they run their business, or that sort of thing. Like they're just killer resellers. So, and then that is very true. That's why I wanted her on, because she's witty and funny.
Absolutely, and you'll get some hilarity out of Kara, whichever way it goes. So that'll be awesome. You mentioned some other guests as well. You mentioned the Octopus will probably drop in at points, but as you said in the chat, you're trying to just make it sort of a rotating sort of bunch of people coming in and out, much like Wide World Reselling, but sort of circulating it a bit more often than what we were here. So
yeah, so I'll probably have 5 or 6 sort of regulars rotating. I haven't really thought too much about it yet. Starting next week. I'll probably have me and two regulars, and I'll try and get a guest each week or something like that. Or maybe just me and 3 regulars if I can't get a guest. So yeah, it should be keep it a bit interesting, keep it a bit fresher as well, and you guys might enjoy it a bit more, like not coming on every week. So
I don't think
more to talk
for us it's definitely not the fact that, well, for me and I'm sure Brad, it's definitely not the fact we don't enjoy it at all. I think it's just a time thing, and I think it's played its course on this channel, and we've had an amazing time. But I think for me as well, like I really want to see you get the subscribers that you want. So if we can push people over there and get a few more people to understand how awesome Wayno is, then that's part of the greatness of what Wide World of Reselling can leave behind. So yeah,
we've kind of put it a little bit sudden for Wayno, because I sort of felt a bit guilty because we got Wayno on board last year, and obviously he's expressed how much he loves doing this. And I mean, myself and Brad are the same. We love doing this. We love chatting with each other and everyone else. But Wayno was really fresh coming into this, so I'm glad that now when we come out. Wayno, how many times have you asked us, Wayno, when are we getting the show back on the road? And Brad and I with excuse. Pulled the pin completely. It was starting to become a battle, and then we said, well, that's where we come up with it. Should we pull the pin all together? And that's when, Wayno had been talking about maybe doing his own streams anyway. So that just came at perfect time. Yeah. It's sort of like almost hitting the button. Wayno will take over. We've still got somewhere to hang out of a Sunday night, and you're going to see the same faces. You're going to see even more faces, and I'm really looking forward to Wayno's perspective of it now. Wide World of Reselling, what? It's 2 years in. It's been a couple of years. So, now it's just a change of the course. It's the changing of the guard, and it's basically the legacy will live on through Wayno. We'll still all be hanging out. We're still going to do some fun stuff over on his channel. So definitely get over up to Wayno, because he is another vital part of the community. He's putting out really good content. We all love our uncle, and I'm coming up to see him soon too. So we'll hang out as well.
Look out, world. And I think it's going to be awesome.
I do want the subs, but I'm not really that. Like, I don't really care about getting subs. Like, it's kind of weird because it started a YouTube channel, but it's just not something I really strive for. But like, I do want people to sub and stuff, but I just love doing it. Like, I love talking to you guys, like, and just shitbagging for an hour and then a couple of hours after the show. Like, it's just fun. To be honest, making the videos has really worn on me. Like, it's just so much time to put into it. And quite often I just put one out tonight, but the last one I put out, it took me 2.5 weeks to bloody edit the thing, because
it's a lot.
Just didn't want to do it. So I still like making the videos. I like it a lot more when I meet up with someone like Pete or someone. It's a lot more fun. Like, I actually enjoy doing it. But when it's just me, it feels a little bit bland and just a little bit like a chore. But I absolutely love the lives, because you just sit here for an hour. There's no editing, and you just get to talk to your mates. So it should be fun.
it's been a fun ride, but like I said, I think everyone's had enough of the two Brad's faces over the last couple of years. So we're going to pass the baton on to Uncle Wayno and the likes of Chris and potentially Bowdoin if he's keen as well, I think, and Cara and all those sorts of awesome content creators that are out there. And I'm sure we've said the same things over and over, Brad, for the last 2 years. So it's probably a good time for us to move on and become the old resellers and pass the baton on to the new ones. And Chris, you're going to probably have to take over that mantle as well. But we do have another reseller chilling behind the scenes, so we'll bring him up as well. Chris, you can hang around a bit because I know we've talked and you've just been sitting listening. So we'll bring up our next guest as well and have a bit of a five-way chat here. We'll see how we go. Welcome, mate. Welcome, Bowdoin. Another
howdy
show. Thanks for joining us on a Sunday. It's good to see you.
Glad and sad to be here, boys.
Well, we're sorry to be taking away the Sunday reg, but we've got Wayno's taking over the baton, so you'll just have to go annoy him over on his channel.
100%.
I'm putting everyone on the spot tonight. Any favourite moments from Wide World of Reselling at all? I know there probably hasn't been many because we just sit here and just talk crap. But if you can think of anything.
I mean, one of the things I love is always hearing what other people sell. And I think it's lovely the way you guys have opened up, especially recently, the chat line to people to sort of share their bolos, what they've sold and that. And that's always exciting to celebrate with other people what they're winning with, because, you only know so much and other people know so much more about other things. And it's so good to hear that from everyone else as to what they're doing, what they're winning on, and how they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we're talking about sales, us boys aren't organised tonight, so we don't even have ours. But look, if you guys have a sale of the week that you'd like to share, whether that be an item or you want to show a phone sale, whatever you want to do, I'm happy for you guys to do run with that. Do you have one, Bowdoin, with you?
Not in front of me. This week's actually been really, really shit. Personally, I've only just cracked $500 for the week. Just now I was watching and I got a sale for $114 for a pair of Adidas boots. So that can be my sale of the week. Just some I've held on to for a while, and they finally sold some just basic, simple Adidas Predator boots. That clocks me up a bit over $600 now. So things have just been a bit quiet and a bit of a challenge as I've been adjusting to my wife doing uni full time, which means that I'm doing a lot more time with the boys, a lot more time cleaning the house, doing food, all that sort of stuff. And so I've scaled back the amount of stuff I've been doing just so I can balance that. And thankfully having work and whatnot as well, it's not too difficult. But it's been a challenge the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I bet. It's got a lot on your plates, which everyone does in different aspects. But working and keeping that running, and kids are. I don't know how you guys do it, to be honest. Chris, do you have a sale to share with us before we let you off into the night?
For me, and I'll show in a sec, but I sold 2 lots to one person over to Canada, which obviously, it means I have to pay shipping, which is quite expensive, but I made a bit extra back on the shipping. So a whole bundle of, I don't know if you can see that really well, Anne of Green Gables, and there was another bundle again as well. So it works out they've paid about 115, and then postage works out to be about 90, but then I got about $25 back in my pocket from discount. So I came out pretty good, and those books I picked up for $1 a pop. So it was basically a total of $10 into it would have been worked out being about $130 into my pocket. So it was pretty good. And that's part of my new challenge of trying to keep it up to the 40 ASP. And it's not easy, but it's definitely possible.
Absolutely. Well, I will let you go, Chris. I do appreciate your time, and thank you for joining us. And I hope that we do see you on Uncle Wayno's chat in the future. And if not, there's plenty of videos over on your channel doing lives yourself semi-regularly as well. So head over to Chris's channel and check him out. Otherwise, I'm sure we'll see you around the traps here and there anyway.
For sure. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, mate. Have a good one. I just wanted to say a quick hello to Charlie as well. She's come to say goodbye to the two Brads. I think she's too happy she's too happy about it though. I think she's happy to see our faces going. So do appreciate you dropping in, Charlie. It's good to see you. Hope the job's going well. The real estate train, I think. So she's selling it up.
Charlie's been here too. We've had Charlie on in the past. She was here for the Mother's Day special.
I think most people in the chat, well, a good percentage of them have been on at some point. Some for a lot quicker than others, but I can see quite a few names in here that have been on. So it's something I have enjoyed is talking to all these different people and getting to know. And Bowdoin has been on a few times now, and he's become a semi-regular on the show. What's ahead for you, Bowdoin, apart from trying to juggle the family and and reselling and work life? What's on the agenda?
Staying sane is probably the biggest thing. Like I did at the start of the year sort of set myself a couple of goals, and one of the big ones was dollar value. Another one was keeping this room that I am in here tidy. And the reason why I always try and show the roof is because the room looks like shit. So trying to get that back into place, just getting on top of stuff around the place as well. Getting back to that 10 getting back to the 10 listings a day, because I've had to drop that down still regularly, but not quite to the level I'd like to be, and I think that's impacting sales. But I'm currently looking for a new job. I need to sort of step that up, just because my current employer, as much as he's a great guy and I enjoy what I'm doing, the pay is not great. And right now, with my wife not having any money coming in, no clear view of what the government's going to pay her as a student at this stage, even though she submitted her application, 6 weeks ago for student support. I've got to bring some more money in. So she's pretty much working a 70-hour week at the moment as a uni student, as a trainee doctor, I guess you could say. So I've just got to go. If it means I've got to knock back a day a week that I'm spending on the business, I've got to do that, because I can at least assure myself some income for the family. So it's a bit of a struggle and it's a bit of a shame, but it is reality, and I'm not afraid of it. And that's one of the good things about what we do is that we can be flexible in that manner, that if we do need to pick up something somewhere, we can. And that's always, the best thing to be aware of. So.
Absolutely. You could take the Octopus's route and start your own OnlyFans. I mean, there's got to be some money in that, surely.
I'd probably have to pay people to come and watch me rather than people paying to watch me, mate. So.
I love it. No, but I think that's how we all sort of roll through life. Is you have those ups and downs where you have to pivot and change what you're doing, and I don't think there's no negative side of that. You're just doing what you need to do. So it's very commendable. And I'm sure your partners, are very appreciative of you stepping into that role and trying to find that new job, because I'm sure it's going to be an interesting ride. But we'll follow along with the interest, I'm sure.
Thank you.
No worries, mate. Well, it's been great to see you. Is there anything you'd like to say to Wayno about getting your foot in the door into his new show? Is there any bribes you want to slide on in?
No, nothing I need to put out there. Wayno knows where to come when he needs some DVDs next time he's up this way, at least. So I'll take him there, and I think that'll keep him happy. So
keep him in the good books. Beauty, mate.
I was planning on asking you, Bowdoin, if you wanted to be one of the sort of rotating few.
I'm happy to pop in whenever you need me, mate. Sunday nights, I'm always out here and I'm always available. So if you need me, I'm on your beck and call on a Sunday night, mate.
Oh, sweet. Well, I might get you to do some work for me as well then.
Yeah, let me know. I'll charge you. It's not cheap.
I think we're going to have to run like a bit of a...
That could be your new job. Just be my...
Hope you're paying well. We might have to start a bit of an auction and see who's going to be the highest bidder just to get onto Uncle Wayno's show, because the guests are lining up thick within the bottom. Yeah. So, you might have to actually pay to get onto Uncle Wayno's show. That might be his new side hustle, is charging for people to be on the show. But we wanted to thank you, Bowdoin, for always being a willing guest. And sometimes you just don't know what you're going to get here. So we appreciate you coming back for more of the ridiculousness that happens on this show. And, you've become a very important, integral part of the show as well. So we appreciate you spending Sundays with us as well.
No, I appreciate you guys running it and having us here and giving everyone a bit of a chance to chat and catch up and be aware of what we're all up to.
That's it. We love it and we love the community. So thanks for being a part of it, and we hope to see you on Uncle Wayno's show. But we'll leave you to. I'm assuming there's some packing and some listing going on at some point. So
listing.
There you go. The steel hat.
Can I just mention too, for Bowdoin's channel, very, very underrated in the community.
Mm-hmm.
He's dropping his What's Old Sundays every week, plus he's doing the thrift stuff. He has some really good knowledge on some really random stuff where you probably see pretty regularly and you just don't even look at. So not just that, he's a good bloke and he's doing really good content. So if you aren't subbed to Falls Creek Flips, please go and check him out and have a watch of it, because he's just another one doing such a good job. And another one, I'll say it again, there's so many of us, but another valuable part of this community. So go over, give him some support, because he's a very good bloke. He's raising children, his wife's at uni, he's doing all this, and he's still hustling. So we love you, brother, and thanks again, mate.
Thanks, bro. Thank you.
And
have a good night, all.
Yeah, make sure you check out those sample hats as well, because he's been dropping a few of those NRL sample hats around, and
they're right here.
Out of them, so
I've actually not. There's 2 certain blue hats I haven't taken photos of. I was going to possibly talk to someone about sending them down to Adelaide. So,
some strikers one, hey? We'll have a discussion.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, mate.
Right.
Well, I appreciate you, and like Brad said, head over to Falls Creek Flip and give him a sub and check him out.
Thanks, guys.
Catch you later.
Cheers, man.
Well, boys, I think that's about it for our guest tonight. But before we do wrap up Wide World of Reselling, we've got a few minutes left to go. I personally wanted to thank you both, Robbie and Drew, for giving me something to do on a Sunday night and taking a bit of the stress of the reselling gig off the shoulders, because I think that's been a big part of it for me, is just being able to chat with some like-minded, good friends now, and probably friends for life, I'd suggest, and just taking a bit of lads chat and a bit of fun and just enjoying the chat, not taking it too seriously, and becoming a big part of my reselling life, not just on Sundays, but we got a chat that's dinging off. I think I had 69 unread messages when I finished editing my video today. So plenty of banter going on. So I appreciate both you boys, and obviously the other hosts along the way in Robbie and Drew. So thank you very much, boys. I do appreciate it. And I appreciate every single person in the chat that's joined us each and every night. So that's my 2 cents worth. I do appreciate it. No Drew and Robbie drop-ins tonight, unfortunately, Megan. We couldn't rally all the troops for one night, but I'm sure they'll pop on to possibly Uncle Wayno's stream now that their popularity has started taking off in the chat. So, YouTube user, what? They only just found the channel, going to miss the chats. Yeah, we will miss them as well. Boys, what's coming up on your individual channels? Obviously, Uncle Wayno is going to be taking over some lives, but Brad still dropping weekly videos now and trying to keep them pretty regular. What's on the horizon for your channel? Any changes incoming, or you just sort of directions that you want to go in?
Yeah, it's staying pretty similar for me at the moment. I'm trying to... if you follow my Instagram, you'd know I put a post out the other week. Well, it was just kind of part of a post. So I was diagnosed with ADHD recently, and we've kind of known about it for years, but now I'm actually medicated. So instead of being kind of sporadic and just like coming up with ideas and then changing my mind the next day, I might actually roll with something from now on. So it's going to be pretty much similar for me, but I think now I have noticed since being medicated that I have so much more time in the day now, and I'm managing time and things better. So I think in the future I might be able to do more. Well, I do weekly videos, but I might be able to put out more videos. I still want to basically keep it the style I've done it. I mean, I know I've known from the get-go my channel's not for everyone, and that's fine. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. So I'm not going to change for anyone. I'm not going to change any of the content. It'll be all very much similar. In sort of recent upcoming weeks, I'm trying to stretch more out to the community now, because I do love this community. I want to Get as many people involved in it too, because I believe it's not just people that do social media. It should be a part of the videos and that. If someone really wants to and they don't have the time themselves to do it, they jump on my channel and we'll go for a thrift if you live near me. So I'm going to be doing a lot more of that, hopefully. I've got a few people that, want to go for a bit of a thrift. Wayne and myself have sort of discussed it. We're about 3 hours from each other by car. So we have spoke about it, but we just kept getting locked down every time we planned it. So hopefully, we'll do that. I think this week on Thursday, I'm going for a thrift with Bianca from the Gathered House.
Yeah.
So potentially be a video on that in the upcoming weeks. I'm going to redo my top 10 jeans of last year and troll myself to see how bad
Is it
my
going to be
original
nudies on there? Nudies? Just
I might
wondering.
avoid the nudies.
I'm not watching that, mate. I'm not watching.
I don't know. We might have a flashback. I've put on a couple of kilos since then. So, I'm just going to keep doing some of that stupid stuff. Obviously, still going to keep thrifting, but it's very much going to be the same from my end. So,
beautiful. So make sure you head over to Diary of a Flipper. I'm sure everyone in this chat is subbed, but if for some reason you've missed the sub on Diary of a Flipper, link should be in the description. I'm pretty sure I copied them all across. I've been all over the place lately, let's be honest. But yeah, make sure you head over to Diary of a Flipper. We do have Uncle Wayno taking over the mantle of the Sunday night live show. Obviously, the content's been coming out as well on the channel. I haven't been able to catch up with you today's vid, so if you wanted to give a little bit of a teaser on that for everyone that hasn't caught it yet, and maybe what else is coming up on the channel, mate.
Today's vid, I went to the same place I went the last vid, just sort of around Pakenham, Cranbourne, Narre Warren sort of area. I'm probably going to just go there once a week, I think, and do a video each time. There's people down there I can meet up with. Like I said earlier, I just like the videos a lot more when I can meet up with someone and have a little bit of banter or whatever in the video. It's more fun anyway. So, I mean, Furlong lives down there, Pete lives down there. There's a few other people that live around the place. So, and Nikki's down there as well. And I usually go have dinner with her or whatever afterwards. So, I'm probably going to just try and look at maybe doing that once a week as my video. I don't really do any other videos apart from thrifting ones now. They're the only ones I sort of really enjoy doing. But I might do a couple other ones. There's one a few people have asked me about how to tell the difference between pirated DVDs, because some of them are actually really good now. So I might do a video on that. But yeah, apart from that, it'll just be the live show on Sunday. So it should be fun. And I just want to say too, thank you to you guys as well for bringing me along. It's been massive. The thing on Instagram the other day with tag people that have helped you or whatever. I tagged Matty in it, and he's in our group chat. Matty is one of the best blokes in the world. And he replied to it, and he said, I don't know why you tagged me. I haven't helped you at all. And I said, bullshit, mate. You've helped me probably more than most other people because you're just a good guy. And you brought me along. He brought me along to the group chat.
Yeah.
And it's all the support that you get through the group chat, all the help you get through the group chat. Like with all us, we're all sort of pretty tight. It really helps me get through the day, big time. So, but yeah, so I just want to thank you guys as well. So for bringing me along and getting me involved in this, it's just been absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I think just quickly, Robbie's said he couldn't make it tonight. I do want to say a big shout out to Robbie, who has provided all of the backing, all the intros, all the fun along the years. These shirts as well that he bought for the originals. We love you, Robbie, and we do miss you. And we hope to see you on Wayno's channel. But big shout out to Wayno for just who you are. You're obviously a very humble and very very appreciative guy, and you sharing your journey, not only just your reselling, but the behind the scenes stuff with all of us. You definitely became part of the crew very quickly, and I'm sure will remain a part of the crew and the close crew for a very, very long time. So very appreciative of everything you brought to us and the community. We've learned so much off you. If I have any DVD questions, I know where to go because I got no freaking idea. But yeah, you've become a good friend of all of ours. So, And obvious favorite on the show now that it's going to be heading over your way. Everyone's flocking over there already, and is looking forward to the future. So thank you very much, mate. We do appreciate it. Before we head off, I just wanted to say a big thank you to all the viewers that have popped in and become part of this little community. We love you guys. We hope to see you over on Uncle Wayno's channel. For me personally, obviously, to Aussie Thrifters channel will be continuing, and we're building out the van. So when we do get on the road, we'll be stopping all around Australia, and hopefully we can meet up with every single person that's here and not here and part of the reselling community. It's always been a big focus of ours of, getting to know what other people do and learning from others as well. So we do appreciate it. I appreciate everyone that's coming on, and I think the only thing that we can leave you with is the dog shit of the week. And the dog shit of the week this week has to be that the Wide World of Reselling will no longer be with us. So that has got to be the only dog shit that we can leave you with. Thanks very much. But head over to Uncle Wayno's channel. He will be keeping the mantle going and keeping things flowing over on Uncle Wayno's channel. So make sure you head over there. What we're going to leave you with tonight is, for the very last time, the intro and the exit. What are you going to say? He's got a cramp.
Hammy.
That's the perfect ending to Wide World of Reselling, because that's what happens. I'll leave you guys with the intro, which is now also going to be the outro. Thanks to Robbie for putting this together, and thanks Uncle Wayno for getting a cramp at the perfect moment. That's all we can leave you with. Thanks, guys. We'll leave you, and hopefully to see you over on Uncle Wayno's channel.